So okay. So, knock, knock, knock. Hi, my name is Susan. I'm going to be your nurse today. Let me go ahead and close this privacy screen and wash my hands. All right. Can I check your bracelet? Wonderful. Can you tell me your name?
Monty.
And your birth date?
May 25th, 1992.
Perfect. Okay. So today we are going to be doing a neurologic assessment. Do you have any questions for me or possibly any safety concerns you'd like to bring up?
No.
Awesome. Let's go ahead and get started. So to start with, we're going to go over your mental status. So you did already tell me your name. Can you tell me where we're at?
Tampa, Florida.
Wonderful. And can you tell me what month we're in?
May.
Perfect. So that means you are alert times 3. You're alert to person, place, and time. Also, while we've been speaking, I noticed that your speech is of good quality and appropriateness. So we'll go ahead and move on. Next, we are going to go over the cranial nerves. So to start with, we're going to do cranial nerve number 1. That is the olfactory. So can you just identify the smell for me?
Vanilla.
Perfect. All right, cranial nerve number 2, that is visual. So today, if we had a Snellen chart, we would test you with that. You would stand 20 feet from the Snellen chart. You would cover one eye at a time and read the smallest line possible. Okay, so moving on to cranial nerve number 3, 4, and 6. This is the oculomotor nerve, the trochlear nerve, and the abducens nerve. So to make sure these are intact, I'm going to use the 6 cardinal directions of gaze. So I'm going to use my pen light. If you can just follow my pen light with your eyes and not your head. Perfect. Wonderful. So that is intact. Next is going to be the cranial nerve number 5. That is the trigeminal. So first we're going to test your jaw strength. So if you can just clench down your jaw for me. Perfect. So I can feel bilateral jaw strength. And then next is going to be your facial sensation. So can you close your eyes? I have a Q-tip here. I'm just going to touch your cheek and you tell me when you feel it.
Okay.
Right? You feel it?
Yep.
Perfect. All right, so that nerve is intact. Next is cranial nerve number 7. This is your facial nerve. So if you can just smile for me. Perfect. Frown and puff up your cheeks. Good job. All right, so that facial nerve is intact. Cranial nerve number 8 is going to be the acoustic nerve. So for this one, I'm going to do a finger rub test. So I'm just going to rub my fingers in your ear and you tell me when you hear them. Yes?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. All right, moving on to cranial nerve number 9. This is going to be the glossopharyngeal. And we are testing if you can swallow. So can you swallow for me? Perfect. As well as your gag reflex. So this is where if I had a tongue depressor, I would just go ahead and put that in your mouth back by your pharynx and make sure that your gag reflex is active. But we don't have one today, so we'll move on from there. Next is cranial nerve number 10. That is your vagus nerve. For this one, we are checking that your uvula rises with phonation. So if you can open your mouth and say ah for me. Perfect. So your uvula did rise when you said ah, which means the nerve is intact. Cranial nerve number 11 is going to be the spinal accessory. So for this one, I am going to push on your shoulders. If you can just shrug against my resistance. Good. And then you're going to also kind of push your head against my hand as well. Turn your head. Good. And then turn your head. Perfect. All right, so that nerve is intact. And the final nerve is going to be the hypoglossal. That's cranial nerve number 12. And this one's simple. You're just going to stick out your tongue. Perfect. Your tongue is midline, which means that nerve is intact. Okay, so those are all the cranial nerves. Moving on next, we are going to test your reflexes. So we are going to start with your bicep reflex. So if you can give me each of your arms. Just going to hold it up with my own arm. Perfect. Good. So next we're going to check your triceps. So that's this one here. All right, your tricep reflex is intact. After that, we are going to check your brachioradialis, which is going to be here like on your forearm. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so next is your patellars by your knee. So I'm just going to hit those. Good. After that is your Achilles tendon reflex. So I'm just going to hit those. Hit that one. And then last is your plantar reflex. So just like that. Good. So all your reflexes are intact. After that, we are going to do your motor testing. So this one, if you can just squeeze my arms. Perfect. So you have good grip strength. And then if I can see your feet, your dorsiflexor. So you're going to push up and then push down your plantar flexor. Good. Good. Perfect. Okay. After that is coordination. So for coordination, I just need you to go ahead and stick out your arms side by side and bring each pointer finger to your nose one at a time. Good. Perfect coordination. Can you next just go ahead and take your heel and drag it up your shin? Each one. You can go ahead and stand for this if you'd like. Good. Good. Perfect. And after that would just be the Romberg test. We don't have to do this one today, but if we did, you would stand by your chair for 20 seconds just to make sure you have balance and are able to stand on your own. That's the Romberg test. So we've covered the motor. Okay, so next is going to be the sensory, and we're just going to test that by using something sharp and dull. For that one, I have a pencil here somewhere. Okay, so if this side is sharp and this side is dull, could you please identify sharp or dull every time I touch you, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Dull. Sharp. Dull. Sharp. Dull. Sharp. Dull.
Perfect. All right, so that concludes the neurologic assessment for today. Do you have any questions?
No.
Any safety concerns?
No.
Perfect, so I'm just going to make sure that your call light is by you and here are all your personal belongings. I'm going to go ahead and wash my hands. I'm going to remove the privacy screen and I hope you have a great day.
Thank you.